So the old name for this incredibly high-style Jacobean townhouse is the Bailiffs house. It dates to 1607, it was finished in 1610 and was built for the Prince Merchant Thomas Bulston. If you look above, it is on a very elaborate jetted support. The timber's cut from wire forest in 1607, 1608. Very, very elaborate use of carving to the stylised acanthus scrolling that you can see as the full jetty supports. This is matched also with the patterning that we can see in half timbering. This is known as circular quadrant with cusps, which is a very unusual and rare feature in Worcestershire. A home that can be read within its timbers, matching a successful mercantile profession with his role as bailiff to the Crown of England. Inside the Bailiff's house, the home of Thomas Bulston, survive some of the most interesting and historic details in the town of Bewdley. For example, the original door here, set originally at the front of the building. And then if you come through this archway here, you see what is the vestige of a Tudor arch encapsulating the period of 1605-1610. Another rare feature is this half florid arch here over one of the doors, again probably unique in the town. And if you were to come through this way and close the original door, what we see on what would have been the front entrance to this historic building is 17th century nails here made in the town, and also the initials here of Thomas Bulston himself. And seated as we are now in some of the more intimate and quiet rooms of Thomas Bulston's Bailiff's house, we can see some of the architectural details, the chamfering of the beams, again a sign of very high style. And if you look to the end, there are carved what's known as lamb's tongues, again only for the mercantile elite. And seated now in what would have been the formal entrance area of Thomas Bulston's Bailiff's house, a house situated in the very, very heart of the Crown estate of Bewdley. Many monarchs visited the town. Queen Catherine of Aragon, Henry VIII's very first wife, lived here prior to her marriage to Henry VIII. She was in fact married to Prince Arthur at the royal palace behind this building on the top of the hill. Queen Elizabeth I was banished from the royal court of Greenwich and Hampton Court in London to Tickon Hill Palace behind this very building. The house features in a number of very eminent publications. The first book that the house features in is the Great History of Worcestershire, created by Dr. Treadway Nash in the 1780s. The house also features in Freddie Charles's magnificent book on the conservation of half-timbered buildings. For this very house was the very first house in the United Kingdom to be dated by dendrochronology science, and the date of the felling of the trees that we're seeing that build within this building is 1607.